In Nigeria, family means more than love. It means identity, it means inheritance, it means bloodline, marriages, and trust across the country. DNA testing. As conversation about paternity disputes spreads across social media and everyday life, many Nigerians remain divided. Does DNA testing reveal truth or destroy families? Across Nigeria, DNA testing and paternity dispute has become one of the country's most emotional social conversation. Today, Storm Reporters News is taking this issue to the streets of Lagos to hear directly from Nigerians and to speak with experts about the reality behind this debate. For many Nigerians, the conversation begins with trust. Good day, sir.
Good afternoon, ma.
All right, sir. Please, can you tell us your name?
Ademola Aderemi is my name.
Do you think DNA testing should become compulsory at births in Nigeria?
Well, yeah, the question you ask is a very good, interesting question, but it's not compulsory for everybody, just like me. I was raised by my father and my mother, and our growing up, my family, I'm using myself as an example, they are having so much issues whereby our mother can take us away from our father to go and stay alone, want to be a single mother. Our father, at weekends, sometimes we go to our father to go and do some kind of a domestic job for him. But that doesn't mean my father will insist or my mother will insist that let's take this child for a DNA test. I'm not sure this child is yours or is mine. But they raise us up like that. No, we too, we have our own child. Just like me, I have a wife, I have a children. So if they said they want to mandate a DNA test for everybody, it's a matter of choice. Because I may do the DNA test, the result may come out negative. So definitely the child I've been struggling for all my life is not my child. How did you believe? So I will now believe the tools they are using to do the DNA test than me, myself, that I know this child belongs to me. And right from day one, from the mother's womb, we've been nursing the baby from the womb until he get delivered. Then all of a sudden problem occurs, because most times problem that will come up with DNA test is from maybe misunderstanding between the husband and wife. This man is cheating on me, this one is cheating on me, I'm not sure that child of yours is yours. Okay, let's go for DNA test. What if DNA test now said is positive? Will that end the cheating in the family? Or what if DNA test is negative? So will you now leave the child for the woman to raise the child alone, because a tools, a computer or some system they use, because they have to take a blood for DNA test. So now, blood group are different. Even sometimes, me and my wife, we are not sharing the same group, blood group. Likewise, my child. So it doesn't mean if DNA test comes out that this child of yours biologically is not yours, DNA test can prove that to me.
So we shouldn't be compulsory.
Because no, it's a matter of choice.
Right. The next question: why do you feel that way?
Well, I feel this way because I have experience. Yes, there was a time issue occurred where I'm living. Then we are still very young. The issue of when you go and sell your market, you always spend time, you don't come back on time, blah blah blah. Maybe you always hang out with men, and this child of yours is not yours. At the end of the day, they went to go up and down and do their local DNA test. They found out that even the children is for the man. But the women have their own attitude, personal attitude of cheating. But there are sometimes the DNA test may come up that man is not real father of those children. The house have to be scattered because the man allow himself to be I don't know how I'm going to put it, to be drawn back from his responsibility by DNA test. Yes.
The next question: has social media increased suspicion in relationships?
In fact, social media you mentioned now brought a lot of damages in relationship. Because if somebody, for example now, maybe the boyfriend or the girlfriend, they hurt her or hurt him, instantly they go online, they do the video, they started saying blah blah blah. If we follow the normal procedure we do then, maybe from our mother's days in old school, many people that they stay on there, this is a single mother, this is a single father, they won't end up like that, because most of their problem they took it to social media. And you know, people comment different comments. Even you can't take your problem to radio, you think it's people that make calls to your problem that will come and solve your problem for you. It's your problem, you can sort it. You can just look for a counseling that this is what is going on and I don't like it. And if I say let me take some particular decision, I don't know what may happen in future. So you seek a counseling instead of taking your matter or taking your problem to social media. I have been spending money, I've been sending out to school. All of a sudden, you do that. What will I do? Everybody started commenting. Social media don't even help. It damage, it break relationship. So I never advise anybody in a relationship to always take their problem or relationship to social media. It's not advisable.
The next question, sir. Can marriages survive after negative DNA results?
Yes, of course. See, apart of you being a parent, go and adopt a child. You know, when you adopt a child from another family entirely, you started feeding the child, send the child to school, send it to university. At the end of the day, the child that you don't even know the parent at all will bear your own name. And there are some biological child, no matter how you treat them, they always behave as if it's not from real biological father. So DNA test it doesn't contribute anything at all in marriages. Marriages is like when two people come together and they share love, trust. You understand? Like they say, trust is the foundation of all good relationship. When you have a trust in your relationship, no matter what they may say. Okay, I know some people whereby they go to hotel, sorry to say, to go and pick up their wife there, and they put her inside
As a wife.
as a wife. But when they never even meet in a supermarket or meet on the way, they never even meet in a social gathering. It's a hotel where you go and pay a lot, you do whatever you want to do with them, and you go your own way. That's where a man will go and fetch his own wife, and they will wed, and everything will go on fine, and they will have child together, and they will raise them together. So marriages is different from DNA tests. There are some couples whereby they don't even have a child between the husband and wife, but they will go and seek a doctor's advice, and they go for counseling. At the end of the day, they will go and adopt a child.
Who suffers the most during paternity disputes?
It's the women. Yeah, women suffer the most.
You have a reason why.
And the reason why is you can't compare a woman's immune system to a man. It's quite different. You understand? So if a man said, okay, this is what I'm going through, it's different from a woman. So women suffer the most. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, ma. God bless.
All right, good day, sir.
Yeah, good day to you.
Sir, please, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Ajiboye Abbas, a medical laboratory scientist.
I'd like to ask you some set of questions, if you don't mind.
No problem, go ahead.
Sir, how accurate are DNA paternity tests?
DNA paternity tests are meant to be very accurate, you understand, because of the nature of the procedure and the nature of the test. It's meant to be accurate because it's something that can bond family and break family. So DNA paternity testing is expected to be 99.9% accurate, and if the correlation meets the expected percentage, and that's fine. If it is below, or it's 100% exclusion, in short. So it's either it is right or wrong, but accuracy should not be doubted. And if it is done in accredited facility.
The next question, why are more Nigerians requesting DNA tests today?
Okay, more Nigerians are requesting DNA testing today due to several factors. Could be awareness. People are getting to know through social media, through gatherings, through family discussions, that the need to be certain about the paternity. And also, could be due to legal issues, and also maybe because of the availability of technologies, you understand. So also immigration, when you're traveling out, might be required. And there's some medical request, like conditions that request you that you, like a transplant, for example. So just to confirm the correlation, do you understand? Yeah.
The next question, can online statistics about paternity fraud be trusted?
Except it is regulated by a government licensed body. It's a research, like a peer-reviewed kind of a study, a peer-reviewed study, because if it is not verified, it could be over-exaggerated. It could not be exact. Might not be the figure that it is. Do you get? So we might not really rely on that except it is verified by the government or the laboratory or government health licensed facility. Yeah.
The next question, what emotional reaction do families usually have after results?
After results, that's why it's important that there is counseling before and after the test. You understand? It is expected that even if the result is positive or negative, counseling comes first and last. If it comes out positive, that's okay, everything is fine. Of course, it can bring unity and that's reconciliation. You understand? You talk, settle disputes, and build bonds. But in case of negative results, like there's a negative correlation between the father and the children, then in that case, it's going to can of course break homes, lead to distress, lead to anger, shock. Some people go into shock and stuff. So it's expected that there are feelings, positive feelings, negative feelings, depending on the result.
The last question I have here for you is, should DNA testing centers be more regulated in Nigeria?
That's not supposed to be a question actually, because it's important that it's regulated. It's not. Anybody can. It's just going to be over-the-counter request. It's not supposed to be. So it should be regulated in such a way that, because there are procedures to follow, such as informed consent. You can just, there's supposed to be informed consent. There's supposed to protection of human rights as well. You understand? You're supposed to, because confidentiality is very important in the medical field. Again, and at the same time, psychological health of the patient are important. So government are supposed to see to all these things and ensure that this policy is set in place.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Emmanuel Uti.
Okay. If DNA revealed that a child is not yours biologically, could you still raise the child?
Yes, I'll raise the child.
Okay. The next one, what would hurt you the most emotionally?
If my wife gave her, so what's going to hurt me that if you born the child, but the child is not my own, it's going to hurt me.
The next one, should biology define fatherhood completely?
Yes.
Okay. The next one, what would you forgive your partner after such discovery?
No, I will not forgive her.
Okay. The last one, do many Nigerians secretly fear DNA testing?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Hakim Saud is my name.
Sir?
Hakim Saud is my name.
All right, sir. My very first question to you here, sir, is did DNA reveal that a child is not biologically yours? Could you still raise the child? Or should I repeat the question?
If the child revealed that the DNA test, maybe I'm not biological father of that child, being a Muslim, you are being taught about that particularly. Once you raise a child, you are a father already to the child. Not necessary for you to deny that child. And at the same time, the child will not even say maybe you are not the father. What's the sense of saying that you are denying that child?
All right. The next question here, sir, is what would hurt you the most emotionally?
That will make me to be emotional. In the sense, somebody that you trust, somebody that has been together for a long period of time, for a long period of years. At the end of the day, that particular something now happen. How will you feel? You feel somehow bad. The child, you cannot blame the child.
My next question for you, sir, is should biology define fatherhood completely?
Repeat your question, please.
Should biology define fatherhood completely?
Yes, let it be. And at the same time, some people normally even adopt children at orphanage home. On that note, biologically it does not necessary for you to do what? To be the father alone. As far as you're ready to adopt a child, you are father to that particular child.
The next question, sir, would you forgive your partner after such discovery?
I'll forgive. Why won't I forgive? I'll forgive for some certain reasons. There are some certain things I'll be able to know that a human being can make error at any point of time.
All right, sir.
If God can forgive, what else? For woman be not to forgive.
You're right. The next question. Do many Nigerians secretly fear DNA testing?
Actually, 90% of Nigeria, they don't support the idea of DNA test due to one thing, economically. Someone that do not have money, they are still telling them to do what? To make money. And at the same time, some people believe that because of the Abican, don't let me quote Nigeria as a whole, Abican, do you even have the right hospital to carry out all those tests? That's why some people prefer that they should go to Abroad before they're able to do that. That is it.
Thank you very much, sir.
You are welcome.
Conversation around DNA testing continue across Lagos. Experts says empathy, trust, and reasonable decision remains essential because this is not only specific, it is deeply human.